Okay, tonight was absolutely fucking insane. You can tell because I moved down to the fucking basement so I can talk loudly. It's currently like 2 a.m. on the July 22nd, but this is Cafe de Jour for July 21st, 2021, and with your host Matthew Liu. So today started with me waking up at 10:30 a.m. To do my shift at Subways. All things went basically according to plan for the first little bit with Selby. A little bit busy, but that's alright. But then in our schedule there was like an hour or something gap. My partner Selvi, who is like a 40-year-old Filipino woman, pretty experienced with this store. She left at 2:30, and then I was left to my own devices for 1.5 hours until my supervisor Riza, another really young feeling Filipino woman, who's also in her 40s, comes in and helped me out. So during this 1.5 hours, I made like 40, 50 fucking sandwiches. It was absolutely batshit insane. Um, like every once in a while, like thank God that there was no skip the dishes orders or anything during that time, but like the fucking whole time, it was just like people lined up outside to like outside the door. I was trying to pump out sandwiches as fast as I can, and just like people will keep coming in and ask for like, hi, I'll take a 4 foot long meat steak and cheese sandwiches. Would you like that toasted, ma'am? No thanks. I would like the meat heat separately. It's just the most time consuming bullshit, and I did that for like an hour straight. I was losing my fucking mind. It was fucking awful. I hate doing shift, I realize, and that's why I'm happy to tell you that I have misshift shifts for the rest of the week. So, yay me. Yeah. So I have midshift. So that was fucking wild. I eventually got to the point where people started feeling bad for me because I had a trainee thing, right? Like they knew I was a trainee. I was completely by myself. This guy, he made sure that all four sandwiches that he ordered was the exact same. So it'd be easier for me to make them all. I got extra tips because I was working by myself. Like honestly, for the most part, the customers are super nice about me working as a one man group because they see I was trying very hard. There was my first asshole customer though. She was doing this shit where it's like on the business card, like really fucking loud. And then she was standing in line with fucking standing in front of other customers and shit. And then been on the call for half an hour, and she got back. She kept like she wouldn't listen to me. And she's like, which sub would you like? Pepperoni. Would you like the pizza sub? No, no marinara sauce. Pepperoni. We don't offer pepperoni sub. So it was either if she wanted pepperoni, it was either the BMT or the pizza or spicy Italian. And then I was like, ma'am, which sandwich is it? Will it be the fucking spicy Italian with salami? And he's like, rolls her eyes, like, my god, dude, she couldn't tell what bread, like, it's fucking awful. Another interesting, this is fucking awful. I hate her. Maybe she's having a bad day, but like usually when people are things like maybe she's having a bad day, or something. Maybe she's alright. I think my thought process really corrupted to the point where it's like maybe she's having a bad day. This is just she's feeling really off today. Like she obviously didn't speak English as her language. Like I understand that. I still hate her though. I don't know, but like I don't really yeah, like I never really hate people as much. Another interesting customer is when this girl who looked about like 18, 19, 18, 17, 16, I don't know, walked in with like full construction garments. It was not full construction. It was like a construction vest on top of her hoodie. And then she did not look like the construction type of girl. Like I'm not saying that girls can be construction workers, but she did not look the part. She was like, she had the dainty high school types. Her phone was open to Snapchat. She had like twin tails, fucking makeup's done, delicate features, things like that, right? And I think she was only there to help this French guy or French African guy order. From what I can see is that like she was just there to help him order his food, and she ordered some of his own. The guy I think was a imported worker from not imported. That sounds really wrong. That was like a foreign worker from a foreign expert or maybe an immigrant worker from somewhere from French Africa because I think he was speaking French, and I felt bad because I think we made my partner, so we made him buy a bottle of water even though he was asking for water. Could have just give him a coupe d'eau, but I didn't stand up to speak French in case I was wrong or something. Would have been awkward. Yeah, that was the other interesting customer. Yeah, that's about it. Well, you see lots of interesting people when working at Subways, and also lots of interesting credit cards. But like the really insane part was after I fucking got home, right? So after my shift ended, the really fucked up part finished, then I got home. Oh yeah, I put hot sauce on the kid's sandwich, and I had to throw out the sandwich. That's a feels bad. So when I got home today, I immediately really changed really fast. Met a friend that my parents haven't seen in a long time. It's a family friend. I haven't seen her like a year or so and stuff, and she got me $100 gift card, and I kind of fucked up the social meeting, but and in case I got a gift card, I had to skip on dinner because I was driving to Jerry's place to pick him up and Alan, so we can go to the rec room together. Right, I put a thing of Diet Coke in my trunk, and I headed out. And things are going great, except until right after I got out of our neighborhood, when I accidentally went onto an exit, and had to, instead of going on Anthony Henday, which is like a ring road around the city, instead of just going Anthony Henday all the way to their house, I had to go through the Yellow Mud, which is a city road that goes through the city into their place. So that wasted a lot of fucking time. But I got there in one piece. It wasn't too bad. And then like what friends do, they make fun of my driving because I make a couple illegal turns. Like I drive, I drive erratically. I fucking swing super hard and shit. And then on the highway when they're making fun of my driving, just like give them a little wobble to fuck with them. I really shouldn't be admitting to this, but yeah. And then so I fucked that up and drove to their house, picked them up, went to Alan's house. Went to Alan's house and picked him up, and then it's funny how Alan's house is on the other side of the fucking city. But yeah, picked him up. This will come back to us later. Picked him up and went to the rec room. So first we went to Fatburger to get some food, and we really should have went to the full place as Jerry suggested, or even IKEA as I suggested. Because Fatburger was kind of disappointing. I think they raised their prices, as well as the burger was not as big as you remember. No way in hell that meat patty was one third of a pound. So that was disappointing because they get some good pictures though. Another official Cafe de Toho bathroom picture, of course. And it's a nice meal. It wasn't as good as we thought it would be. Probably never going back there again. But yeah. And then afterwards we drove into a rec room, and then I think I'm illegal left turning into there. It was not in the turning lane. I just turned left. There was no one around except the guy behind me, but we don't talk about that. So the rec room, we loaded up our credits, and we just honestly had a lot of fun. We played like the games, but honestly, like instead of playing most of the arcade games, just wasn't that good. The only really fun ones was like the gambling ones. I'm not gonna lie, they all felt rigged. There was a Kung Fu Panda thing, Kung Fu Panda game thing, where like if you get 34 dumplings, hit, like it was like there were like fucking discs on the side, and you're supposed to hit them when the thing on the screen comes out, and then we were supposed to if you hit 34, at 34 we were supposed to get a shit ton of credits, except all three of us was there trying to help Kevin out. But the game keeps throttling. I think the game keeps throttling the how fast the plates react. Like it just straight up won't react to your inputs to slow down for time. To the effect that twice we got 33 out of 34, and once we got 32 out of 34. So that was fucking infuriating. Like a bunch of games felt like that, except this one time where I just randomly pressed like on this game that about dropping balls down into a hole, and if it drops down into a hole, it gives you some amount of tickets. There was this one time where I just fucking randomly clicked it and I got a jackpot for it, which was 500. Yeah, honestly, it was lots of fun, but the thing about arcade is that they don't really have that much replay value, and especially since most of these arcades aren't real arcades, we play like just a couple like pew pew shooting games, nothing about cards and stuff. Since they didn't have that much replay value, it's like played them once, we seen them. There wasn't that much else to do with them, so we're probably never going back to this rec room again. It was fun, but we did everything we basically did there. And fucking Kevin, on his part, just stood in front of the Monopoly machine and just like rolled the fucking dice and got money. So in the future, my boy is definitely going to become one of those fucking slot machine users. Fuck there, played me and Alec humiliated ourselves on DDR. I thought we were supposed to do some really fast shit, but like we had no eye legs coordination is what it is. And then when we got off, like this one kid who's there by himself alone, just only playing DDR, he got on. And then we fucking like after we got up because we couldn't finish the song, he just like played it really well and rest us, and that was really sad. Yeah, we just play a bunch of games, and then in the end we combine all of our tickets together to get ourselves 4 of the same exact glass mugs that I didn't bring down. I'll bring it on the next day. There was nothing else worthy of buying, but we got the glass mug, so all 4 of us can have like a piece of memory from this event, and it was very good. Very good doesn't mean anything because we didn't use it. So we got out of the rec room at around 11, not 11, at like 10 something. And at that point, Kevin felt hungry, so we went to the AMW to order some food, and it was so fucking funny. He was like using me as to run errands, like, oh, can we go to the grocery store? Oh, I forgot to fucking buy my mom something for her birthday, which was yesterday, and he's like asking me to go to the grocery store. Shit. Oh, is that Opa? Let's go to the Opa. And then yeah, so we pulled into the AMW, realized that was drive through only. And yeah, thank God I brought the fucking Coke put the Coke in my trunk, by the way, because we were dying of thirst and we didn't want to pay the overpriced the rec room meal. Yeah. Yeah. In case, this one guy in the rec room decided to just give us the rest of his bracelet, which had like 100 something credits. Bless that guy. Lots of fun with those credits, and it was like the reason why we are able to afford the cups in the end. Yeah, so we went to AMW, we went to the drive-thru. Kevin just fucking complete his order, right? So we were like, okay. Jerry was like, okay, I'll order fries and the onion rings, and then let's just share. And then Kevin like interrupted him ordering. It was like, oh, can I get a team burger or some stupid, like it was fucking. I don't even remember. It was some fucking stupid, hilarious, humiliating shit. It was just so cringe. Yeah, we got a burger, and Kevin was so fucking funny. We were all in the drive-thru. We were in the drive-thru lane, and the guy has the ass. He was like, "Okay, let's find a McDonald's. I wanna get some McDonald's." We were in the AMW drive-thru lane, like we're in front of the sign. He's like, "Let's get some McDonald's." We didn't get McDonald's. After we got the food, we decided to drive to a nearby park to chill. Turns out the park was in like a real park with any park equipment or like anything of value. It was just a patch of grass. And at this point, the lightning strike started because, surprise, surprise, there was a thunderstorm tonight. The thunderstorm was absolutely, and then so the lightning strike was there. It was completely dark. We just sat parked right by a tree, and then we were like, this point was kind of a little bit scary. The lightning strikes were hard, but we got out, took a picture, recorded a video, all 4 of us sitting from the field, and we actually caught a lightning strike, in behind us, and it was such a lit picture. But then we start talking about like how this is like a horror movie, and that starts to scare us more and more. Like Kevin starts saying shit like, "Dude, what if like some guy just runs out of the fucking trees right now?" I was like, "Bro, what if like we're just here and then like here knocking behind us?" When at this at a few moments, we decided to get out of the car, and fucking I'll take some like a douchey picture with the car in the background, but then like. We heard a dog barking in the neighborhood, and all 4 of us just froze without saying a single word. Walked back, then closed the doors in their car, ending up like moving it back a couple, like 100 meters or so. That was funny. After sitting in the park for a while, Dorothy, and Jerry's mom, so Dorothy is Jerry's sister, came to pick the Kevin and Jerry up because they live so close together. And then when they left on their way, me and Alan decided to start on a drive home. But the thunderstorm decided to come in really hard. So right after getting onto the highway, the rain got super fucking bad. Like just absolutely fucking awful. There was no visibility, and especially since I'm my unexperienced driver, I forgot to turn on the heating in the front windshield, which meant that there was a layer of like mist, a condensation in the inside of our windshield, so we couldn't see shit. Windshield wiper maxed out and stuff. We could not see where the lane is. The only thing that was guiding us is the car in front of us, so it was so fucking bad. Like going like 80 kilometers an hour in the fucking complete dark, unable to see anything, and I have no idea what lane we were in. And then because Alan was using Apple Maps, as my phone was fucking 15% at that point. Actually, I'm gonna get a drink. I'll be back. So yeah, I told you it was an insane story. So we were just in the complete dark, and Alan had to guide me. And because my phone was 15%, Alan had to use his Apple Maps, and the Apple Maps says to have us go. So Alan's house is to the far east, right? And we are coming from the west. So what we thought we would do is go from west to his house, and then go north into his neighborhood. Google Maps has go Apple Maps has go past his house and then double back and then go into it, which is fucking insane. And during this time, since we couldn't see anything, I almost went to like when we double back in the neighborhood. I had to make an illegal turn, and I almost went to